Jonathan Harvey's many writing credits include the landmark gay play Beautiful Thing, the TV sitcom Gimme Gimme Gimme, and everyone's favourite soap, Coronation Street. He's also found time to write 4 novels. The latest is called The Secrets We Keep. Please welcome Jonathan Harvey.
Thank you very much. I'm going to read, this has got nothing to do with the Romans or the Greeks or togas. It's bang up to date. And it's from my new novel, The Secrets We Keep. Well, it was new last year. And I just need to fill you in on a few things so that the passage I read is going to make sense. The Secrets We Keep is about a family. And these are my reading glasses, so I'm going to take those off now. Put my normal glasses on. You look normal size, brilliant. It's about a family, and 5 years before the beginning of the story, the father of the family, Danny, went missing. He just walked out to go and get a pint of milk one day and never came home. And the story is told chapter by chapter by a different member of the family. There's his wife, Natalie, 42, quite good looking. There's his teenage brat of a daughter, Callie, who has recently been scouted to be a model in That London. It's set in Manchester, by the way. And there's their gay son, Owen. It's quite a while since I've read it. But it's really good. Yes, he is called Owen. Natalie and Danny, the main couple, they were a couple of club kids in their day, and they ended up owning and running a string of nightclubs across Britain called Milk. Nothing to do with cream, of course. And when Danny went missing, they have no idea where he is. But since then, just as the story starts, Natalie moves house. She has to downsize because the money's not coming in, and she finds a left luggage ticket, hence the cover, for Manchester Piccadilly train station from 2 years before he went missing. And she goes and tracks down the parcel that was that he left there. She's got no recollection of him going and leaving a parcel there. Anyway, the parcel has been collected, she finds out, by a woman called Miriam Joseph. She's got no idea who Miriam is. So, but she's got her name and address. It's really interesting in the book. She's got a name and address of Miriam Joseph in Chorlton. So she follows her. She goes and parks outside her house and follows her to the post office, where Miriam puts a sign in the post office window saying she's looking for a cleaner. So Natalie quickly steals it so nobody else can apply for the job and gets the job as their cleaner. Also, I think the other thing you just need to know before we start is that she's recently had a parcel delivered from Amazon, and she's recognised the bloke who delivered it as someone that she quite fancied when she was with her husband from her clubbing days. He's called Lawrence. And she's not said what her name is to Miriam Joseph. She's said that her name is Josie Greengrass, and so she's working under a false name. So this is just a chapter where Natalie is over to Miriam's to do some cleaning, but trying to find out if there's any hint that maybe this woman had an affair with her husband or knows where her husband is. The other thing you need to know, is that Danny always kept a jar of jelly bean sweets in his fridge. And she's been loath to throw them away. So, oh God, it's quite dark. Oh, it's the wrong glasses. It's still really dark. No, it's fine. I'm just being a drama queen. Plus ça change. So you've got to pretend I'm Natalie, so I'm 42, I'm from Manchester, although in this particular reading she'll have a soft Liverpool accent and quite a deep voice. Miriam Joseph is very particular about how she likes her house cleaned. So much so, she has a clip folder with umpteen sheets in, which she calls the cleaning schedule. There's a spreadsheet of tasks for each room, and I have to tick them off and date them as I work my way through to show they've been done. Some tasks fall into the weekly column and some 8 weekly, and it doesn't stop there. Each task is listed and then has a column next to it called instructions and tools. For instance, in the bathroom, a weekly task is bath, taps, surround. The instructions here read, bathroom sponge, sift bath cleaner spray, rub, rinse with shower head. Who knew cleaning a bath could be so complicated? I know it probably seems quite anal, she said when she first showed me round her mini palace, but experience has taught me it's best to be clear about what exactly it is I want. You're the boss, I replied jovially. That seemed to encourage her. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say, she's also meant to be dog walking for this woman as well. The dog, Snowy, is not always there, she informs me. She shares him with her partner. That's where he is today. But next time she's going to take me on a walk with him. No doubt she'll have a detailed instruction leaflet about that as well. Oh, you have a partner, I say, overcome with excitement, my subtext being, so maybe you weren't shagging my husband. She surveys me oddly. Why would it be so exciting that someone was in a relationship? She nods. Then I say, how long have you been together? 3 years, she says. And she sees the smile straighten at my lips. So she's met someone since Danny went. Great. I almost snarl at her. Well, come on, show me your lousy home. Dust wipe, vac, what else? Can't be that hard. Miriam. The one thing I've been amazed by is how trusting people are once you claim to be a cleaner. Miriam asks for no references. She just takes my word that this is what I do. And by my second visit, she's happy for me to be in her house alone while she goes off to run errands. I had wanted to rifle through her drawers to see if I could find any clues to her relationship with Danny, but I'm so worried about falling behind with the cleaning schedule that I just go full steam ahead. I look on it as a masterclass in how to clean. I now know how to make a set of wooden slatted blinds look brand new and how to get the best out of a draining board. These are great life skills. I might start making my place look semi-decent. Her living room is wannabe bohemian, all stripped floorboards and IKEA bookshelves. Her books display an interest in modern art, some classics, and the kind of books my friends talk about, but I've never got round to reading. Interestingly, she has everything that Jeanette Winterson appears to have ever written. I remember Oranges Aren't the Only Fruit from when it was on telly. I'm pretty sure this Winterson woman is a lesbian. What if Miriam is too? Oh, I really hope she is, because then nothing would have gone on between her and Danny. I have a quick peek in the drawers of a sideboard as I'm cleaning. Nothing untoward in the first one, but I'm not sure what it is exactly I'm looking for. Oh, God, please let her be a dyke. We could be friends then. We could be... but I'm getting ahead of myself. Why would I want to be friends with someone who has a cleaning schedule? Oh, odd and intriguing, and a link that Miriam's connected to us. In the next drawer are a pile of old tabloid newspapers from years back. Our Club Milk was front-page news at the time because a teenage girl died on our premises after taking ecstasy. Why has Miriam got all these? Admittedly, it was a massive story at the time, as the girl was white and middle class and her parents were never off the news trying to highlight how bad drugs were and how kids could just say no. It spelt the beginning of the end for our venue in London and motivated our move up north. But then beneath those, I find more clippings from over the years about other drug-related deaths. Maybe Miriam's keeping them for some research, for work or something, but why would a graphic designer be interested in drug-fueled deaths? But the Tiffany Keith case was significant to us in so many ways. And there she is, smiling back at me in her school uniform. What an odd thing to keep hidden away, I tell myself. And why? But I can't think that now. I'm a woman on a mission. I'm doing what the police have failed to do over the years, and I'm going to track down my husband. What if he's here? Upstairs in a bedroom and she hasn't told me, or hiding out in the loft or the cellar. What if he can see me now? I dart around the ground floor of her house, listening for signs of life. What if she has a shed at the bottom of the garden? What if she's keeping him locked up in there? I slide across the kitchen floor and unlock the back door. The cold air hits me like a wake-up call. He's out there, I just know it. I hurry into the garden. No shed. Who the hell doesn't have a shed in their garden? I thought everyone had one in their garden. I thought it was the law. Sorry. Miriam Joseph's garden is a bit on the small side. There's room to swing more than a cat, if cat swinging's your thing, but it's only as long as two tall people lying end to end, and it's as wide as the house. I realise I'm pacing the lawn. This turf looks new. What if he's being held captive in a secret underground chamber, and then a man comes out into the next door garden, a pensioner with a sun hat on. "Morning," he chirrups. "When was this grass laid? Did you know? This turf, it looks new." Okay, so I'm now behaving like a madwoman. Though he seems to take my urgency in his stride, he leans on the fence dividing his garden from Miriam's and strokes his chin. She had the whole thing dug up and relaid. Ooh, must be a few years ago now. "How many? 3? 5? He looks at me oddly. "Sorry, who are you?" "I'm a cleaner, but I'm really interested in the longevity of different types of grass. I'm actually doing a PhD in it," I say with a shrugging sense of completely false modesty. He looks impressed. It worked. He settles on 5 years. I hurry back inside. 5 years ago, Miriam Joseph built a chamber under the ground, and Danny is living there, isn't he? Is he? I'm now thinking like a madwoman. Don't get ahead of yourself, Natalie. I steady myself on her bookshelf and take a deep breath to calm down, which is when I hear the front door go. Miriam has returned from the shops and seems impressed by what I've achieved. Yes, I've managed to hold it all together without screaming. "How do you know my husband? Is he under your back garden?" "You're quick," she says, impressed. "No beating around the bush with me," I say, and then worry that this might sound lesbophobic. Especially as I still have my feather duster hovering close to the Winterson shelf. And I can't remember if I'm supposed to use the feather duster for the books. Isn't that just for high-level dusting, like dado rails and ceiling fans? I'll have to check my schedule. "Tell you what, why don't you take a break and we can have a coffee and a natter," she says, possibly relaxing as she can see this particular cleaner is happy to have a schedule to tick off. "Okay, why don't I fix us some coffee then? About time I found my way around the kitchen. Perfect." Even though this is my second visit, I've not yet attacked the kitchen. She's asked me to leave it till today, though it looks like she's already cleaned it prior to my arrival. That's probably what I'd do if I had a cleaner. "I'll just go freshen up. Coffee's in the fridge," she calls through as I hear her stilettoed feet running up the stairs. I flip her Philippe Stark kettle on. I used to have one of them in the 90s. I get 2 mugs from the glass-fronted wall unit, then open the fridge. What I see inside is like a punch to the guts. I stand frozen, staring at it, unable to take my eyes off it. Eventually, I hear the footsteps coming down the stairs. I quickly grab a golden packet of coffee and slide the door shut. "You'll need the doobry," says Miriam as she glides into the kitchen. "The cafetiere here." And she pulls it from another glass-fronted cabinet. I go about making coffee for 2 on autopilot. "I don't take milk, do you?" she says. I shake my head. I do take milk. I just don't want to have to see the contents of the fridge again. I realise I'm nervous now as I go about performing the most simple of tasks. Coffee in cafetiere, water in cafetiere, leave, plunge, pour. I feel her eyes on me and try to snap out of it. Coffee made, I join her at the kitchen table where she's fanned a selection of biscuits on a plate because, she tells me, she's feeling naughty. She wonders if I'm feeling naughty. I shake my head. "You have jelly beans in a jar in your fridge." She's asking if I'm married. I tell her I'm divorced. Well, Josie Greengrass is, I've decided. This is too much of a coincidence. It completely wipes out any thoughts I have of asking her about the Tiffany Keith's drugs clippings. She's asking if I've got kids. I tell her one of each. No one keeps jelly beans in the fridge except my husband. She wants to know their names and ages. Bloody hell, what is this? 20 questions. I make some up, but then it's time to turn the tables. Why doesn't she recognise me? Surely she'd have seen the news reports from when he went missing. "So come on, less of me, more of you." "Oh, I've had my hair cut and the glasses. Of course she doesn't recognise me. God, is she in for a shock? Possibly like the shock I'm feeling now." "What do you do with yourself then, apart from nick other people's husbands?" "I'm a graphic designer, freelance, work from home." "You draw pictures. God, now I sit in front of you, you really remind me of Rebecca Brooks." Someone else I've never trusted. "Kids?" "No, secret relieved. I'm quite selfish." "Yeah, try very selfish. Rebecca look-alike, with your hair that's far too long for a woman of your years. You must be my age, if not older. He must be losing his touch." I was tidying up the front room and I couldn't help but notice some newspaper clippings. She looks confused, like she's no idea what I'm talking about. "About that girl who died from a drugs overdose down south, remember?" Oh, yes, I collect all sorts. I've recently been pitching a sort of updated Just Say No campaign. Don't know why they're not in my office. Didn't even get the gig. Oh, well, that makes sense, I suppose. It's just a coincidence, even if it's a pretty freaky coincidence. And what does your partner do? Sorry, is it a man? It is. He's a teacher. And what the hell does he teach? Of what? Maths. Liar. Why are you lying to me? I did the books at Milk. Danny was useless. Stop lying. But you don't live together. No, we're stupidly independent. What's his name? Out with it. Danny Bialetti. Or have you come up with some preposterous cover name? Enzo, Enya, Hitler. Alex. He's calling himself Alex now, is he? Oh, have you got a picture? I'd love to see. Come on, then I can slap you. Hard. Excitement bubbles up inside me as she looks surprised, then finds her phone and scrolls through it. She turns it to face me and proudly says, There he is. It's not a very good one. No, it's not. He looks black, I say before I can stop myself. The man in the picture is very dark-skinned. Too dark-skinned to be Danny. An awful picture. He is black, she says, sounding incredibly offended. Shit, that's not Danny. That's someone called Alex. He's a teacher. And now she thinks I'm racist. How do I get out of this? I'm half black, I say quickly, hoping this will make her like me more. I see her eyes flit across my features. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever said in my life. And I've said plenty of other ridiculous things, but this is right up there with the top of the winner's podium. I know I don't look it. I said, I'd never have guessed. Yeah, my mum was black. Really? Yeah, her name was Beauty. That's nice. From where? Jamaica. And I do actually say it with a slightly patois twang, hoping this will convince. Sorry I said that about, we got such flack, growing up as a mixed-race family, and with me looking really white and everything, I just sort of thought society felt white people should be with white people and black with black, and, oh, I know, it's awful, isn't it? Probably some inherent, internalised racism. She's trying to take this all in. A therapist would have a field day, I say, and she nods. No, I can see it now, she says, giving me a good once-over again. If you'd not said, I'd been on the wiser, but yeah. All right, keep your head on, love. It's me features, I say, unsure what I really mean. What mess have I got myself into now? Irie, I say, and hold my fist up to clink knuckles with her. She looks more alarmed and raises her hand slowly. Irie? She replies politely. Strangely, very soon after this, she decides she has to retreat to her study to work. No doubt she'll fire me at the end of her shift. Just in case she isn't going to, I run into the living room and tear a sheet of paper from the back of the cleaning folder and quickly write down all the lies I've told her.